In today's homemaking video, I'm going to be talking about a truth I needed to hear several years back and realize, and it's really something that I need to hear daily still, so I hope it offers you some encouragement as we chat today. Hey there, I'm Amy, a city girl who married a southern country boy and is now a blessed homemaker wife and mama to four children who roam barefoot and free. Three children. One of them will be walking soon enough though, barefoot and free on our little homestead here in Mississippi. I share a new video each week centered around all things home. I did not grow up in this world of gardening, preserving, raising and butchering animals, and cooking every meal from scratch, but I've learned a lot on the way and want to bring y'all along in this continued learning process of the beautiful blessing of a slow and simple life. So over the years, I've come to realize that my attitude, behavior, and temperament at the start of each new day is really a direct reflection of how our day is going to begin and continue on from there. Now, this is not to say that my kids and my husband aren't responsible for their own actions and their own behaviors, but I think there is somewhat of a weight we as mothers carry in this area of our home, the temperament, the behavior, the peace that's in our home. Peace from the Lord that we must pray for daily, but I think as mothers, the peace that we have in the way we carry ourselves directly reflects onto the family members in our home. Our family feeds off of our emotions as the mother, and that is such an honor to hold, that kind of power, but it's also a really big load to carry. So have you ever felt your home is in survival mode? Not just toys, objects, clutter everywhere, strewn around. I'm talking emotionally. Does it feel like a hurricane just hit? You may have kids crying, bickering, dogs barking. You as the mama may still be trying to finish your meal to get some nourishment in your body, so you're just not quite ready to be full on mothering yet. And maybe if dad's home, he's frustrated by all of this commotion. He's not quite sure how he can help. And it may feel like no one knows how to put all of the pieces back together. Right before I wrote this voiceover for this video, our home was actually in one of those moments. And it was so ironic because I knew I was going to be talking about this topic. And our home was in one of those modes right before writing this voiceover for the video. So it's kind of God just reminding me that I still need this reminder daily that I'm sharing with y'all here today. I'll kind of give y'all a visual. Right before writing this out, I was frustrated because I was still trying to finish my yogi drink after breakfast, trying to get some more minerals in to start the day. Our newborn was hungry and I was still trying to pick up dishes, clean up the toddler from eating breakfast. She was wanting to be held and the other two were arguing over something silly. In the moment, several moments, I lost my cool and I let out some tones in my voice that I'm not proud of, basically yelling at my children, and it's something that I'm not ever proud to say that I do, but it does happen. We're all human. We all need to constantly ask the Lord for help in that area daily, or at least I do. Then I just knew I needed to sit down and breathe, and instantly my mood changed. My tone towards my children changed, and all of a sudden their moods and emotional levels regulated out as well. The house was calm again, and it all was dependent on me. Now, I'm not saying this magically happens every time, but I do find when my emotions and temperament are calm and regulated, most of the time my families are as well. Children have the best way of showing us our weakest points. If they are often displaying dysregulated behaviors, I often have to stop and ask myself if my own behavior was on the edge or a little bit snippy prior to their behavior being that way, because our children model exactly what we teach them, the good things and the bad. Before we continue our chat, I'd like to share the sponsor of today's video, Hymela Home. Hymela aims to create home lights, make a warm and comfortable home, and add creativity to your everyday lighting needs. So we got these beautiful battery-operated wall sconces for our bedroom and are loving the atmosphere they have created in our sleeping space. We have actually been working on our bedroom since we moved into this home. The room was a living room when we first moved here, so we initially had to add doors to create a more inviting, closed-off bedroom space. We had to bust down some doors to create a master bathroom space that is still not even started renovating yet. Since doing all of that renovation, we've been slowly trying to bring pieces into this space to create a resting, peaceful haven that our bedrooms should naturally provide. We are absolutely loving these lights over our bed for a dim, inviting atmosphere as we are preparing for bed each night. So they have a built-in rechargeable battery. The light comes with the battery and the charging cable, so no need to search around for all of that. And also just store the charger in with the battery so you don't ever lose it, because I know myself, I'm really bad about losing chargers, even when I label them. I actually store the charger inside the back of the light, so when I take out the battery to charge it, I have the cable right there that I need. There's no hardwiring or plug-in required since it is battery operated. That was nice for my husband not to have to wire up any electrical fixtures for that. They're simple and easy to adjust. They have a 240-degree adjustable angle, so you can light up different angles in your room. And it's a really soft and warm light, which is perfect for the evening time when we want to walk into our bedroom space in a calm, inviting atmosphere. If you would like to check them out for your own home, I will have a link in the description box. Just hit that more button and you will see all of the information for the lights if you want to check them out. So thank you to Hymela for sponsoring this portion of today's video, and let's get back into our chat. I've heard this saying before that women are the temperature gauges of their home, and I never really thought much about what that meant or even thought it to be true, because we each are responsible for our own behavior, as I already mentioned. I didn't realize that that was so variant until I became a mother. I realized that when I was hostile or short-tempered, quick to anger, quick to speak, snippy or impatient, so are my children and my husband. Now, as I already said before, we are all responsible for our own actions, and my temperament as the mother should not completely determine the temperament of my children, and especially my husband as a grown adult. But to some extent, in a home, I think there is an exception here. My husband is the leader and protector of our home. But as the mother, I am the comforter, nurturer, and the safe place. As God created us, male and female, in different ways, with different designs for each of us to live out and carry the model of a home, males are the protectors and females are the nurturers for their children as well as their husband. So as mamas, we are the ones our babies cry for at night to find comfort at our breast. The toddler calls for us to soothe them when they are teething and in pain. The older children still call for us to sing to them a bedtime song and tell them a story and then bandage their skint knees and bruises. As mamas, we bring them healing, nourishing soups and meals when they are sick, and then teach them the words they don't yet know how to read. We make their meals and listen to them when they have something new and exciting to say. Now, dads can definitely do all of this, but in our home, personally, I'm the one home with them all day, and so many of these tasks fall to me. So I am their safe place and I am their constant, as many of you probably find yourselves in that situation as well. So when I lose my cool and I'm quick to anger, I'm short and snippy, that safe place that my children can run to doesn't feel so safe anymore to them. And you can see how this can affect the entire home. Mamas, our homes are a reflection of our own attitudes, and as difficult as it can be to control our attitudes, especially on those difficult days, I am right there with you. It really is such an honor to be that safe place for our family. I'm praying for those of you who needed to hear this today, as honestly, I need to hear this message every single day. And I'll talk to y'all soon in my next video. So I did want to explain what I'm cooking here for dinner. I am making a salad. We don't honestly have salads that often, but we were supposed to have a little family celebration for my son's birthday the previous weekend that got canceled due to some sickness, but I had all this extra salad, so we've been eating a couple of salads this week. So what I'm doing to make the salad is making some hash browns. So this is just shredded potatoes that I shredded on a cheese grater and fried them up in some lard. They are so delicious. The trick here to making good hash browns is to have enough oil to fry them in. So we prefer coconut oil, lard, or tallow, and smash them out really flat. Don't overcrowd your pan. You see I'm doing this in multiple batches here, and this makes them so crispy and so delicious. I actually had a hard time making hash browns the first time I made it because I made them way too thick. Like the hash browns you buy pre-packaged are pretty thick, but I found for me I have not mastered how to make them that thick yet and not have them gooey and mushy. So having a really thin crispy fried hash browns is how I make them. And then I'm just making some meat, adding some perfect supplements, desiccated liver because I didn't have any liver pate to add. I've talked a lot about how I add liver pate to a lot of our ground meats, but I don't have a child eating a lot of pate right now. Soon my son will be, so I actually haven't been making as much pate as I used to. I need to get back into the habit of that. But this salad was so good with just some seasoned ground beef, the hash browns. And then I'm making a honey mustard dressing, which is honey, mustard powder, yogurt, added some nutritional yeast, drizzled all this over the salad, and it was so delicious. And we don't eat a lot of salad, as I already mentioned, so it was a nice change to have salad. We usually only have salad when we grow our own lettuce. That's just, it's not something we buy often, so this was a good change. So try out some hash browns in your salad. I think you'll find it a very interesting combination.